What a bloody day today. NVIDIA just delivered one of the greatest quarters we've ever seen. Record revenue, record margins, explosive guidance, $68 billion in one quarter, and yet the stock is down 5%. Well, if you don't understand what happened, you're really about to really just misread the market. And I get it. A company has earnings like this, and you get companies today like Krispy Kreme that's soaring and they miss sales and miss revenue. It's kind of hard for you to read the market. You can't understand it. Well, don't. And here's the bigger mistake. While everyone debates NVIDIA, money is going to rotate into three companies after this big meeting with Trump and the Mag 7. So today in this video, I'm going to break down why NVIDIA dropping is not bearish, why AI demand is real, and why the real second order winners are the energy infrastructure. That's the roadmap. Let's get with the facts. Now, before we get into that, I also want to say something that we truly have to keep in mind. The market really isn't going anywhere. It's in the same spot that it's been. Bears are protecting the top, bulls are protecting the bottom, and traders are getting lost in the middle because they can't see opportunity. Buy and hold players are getting lost because they don't see what the great companies is. And so we want to break that down and give you clarity and give you focus so you can take advantage of this market. It's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper, man. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and do us a favor, make sure you share this video out. And if you can, help us get to 2,000 likes on this video, man. That'll truly take us a long way. Let's go. All right, let's just get straight to the facts. $68 billion in revenue in one quarter. $79 billion in guidance, which is about $5 billion more than what Wall Street expected. 75% increase in gross margins, $34.9 billion in free cash flow, and data center revenue is up 12,000% since ChatGPT. This is not a bubble, family. This is what dominance looks like. And sometimes the market just get it wrong. And it happens because there's a lot of pessimistic ideas out. And mind you, NVIDIA said we doing this without China. And that's everything you can do, but the market just don't want to rally. And I don't want you to miss out on these great opportunities. I truly feel like this is an opportunity of a lifetime. In 2000, there were no margins. There was no cash flow. There was no backlog. This is a cash printing machine at scale. Now, here's the key. NVIDIA has dropped 5 of the last 6 earnings calls after dominating. So we kind of expected it. Right? I know I did. And I even made an option play yesterday. Like, maybe this time it'll be different because we see what they doing. And just Wall Street is just being Wall Street. And it's not because it's weak. It's because expectations are nuclear. And even when NVIDIA dominates expectation, the market says that's not enough and they find a reason to have concern. Well, we can't get caught in that because to me, this is truly position mechanics, not collapse. And when we zoom out, we can see how this always ends up playing out. But when you end it in the middle, it's kind of hard to just grasp because emotionally involved. And then today was such a volatile day, right? The market is basically back where it was Tuesday. Emotionally, me, it felt like a breakdown. But structurally, well, we just in the same rotation. And I get it. And I actually like it because this is going to show you what you're made of. And on the other side of this, you'll be there. And again, bears are protecting the upside. They don't want the market to reach that 7,000 mark because then you break that trend. Bulls are just trying to just maintain. They're holding up strong enough to not let the market break all the way down. And so what we have to do as investors is be able to navigate and just stir the ship. So the real mistake is, though, seeing NVIDIA red and assuming that AI is cracking. Well, that's kind of lazy investing. That's lazy analysis. And it's you just listening to all the headlines, because I'm pretty sure right now there's about 18 to 20,000 YouTube videos that's saying this is the start of the bear market. Well, the AI demand is exploding. And now you can't say it's a bubble with these type of numbers. But here's what a shift is. The market is moving from the who builds the model to who powers the model. And that's where the power is really at. And it's a massive difference. And this brings us to another headline that we ran across that was really interesting. Now, just bear with me because I got 3 companies that I'm going to show you in this video that are going to be essential to where I see the market going and what I see the market doing. And they've already been benefiting from it, but I want to just lay the picture out from you, right? This is more like an institutional shift. And we have to not fall in love with companies. We have to put ourselves in positions with where the market is rewarding. So think about this: Amazon, Google, Meta, Microsoft, XAI, Oracle, and OpenAI all are meeting with Trump. That's right. Meeting with Trump.
Whoop-de-doo.
And it's not about terrorists. Nope, it is not about terrorists. It is something way bigger, something that is huge. And it's not about chips either. Nope, not about that either. Reality is, it's about electricity. Trump is demanding that they secure their own power supply for AI data. Well, it's costing the consumer a lot. If you notice, everybody's electric bill is a little bit higher than what it was. Now, that's not noise, that's institutional confirmation. When trillion-dollar companies move upstream into power production, that's not optional spending. And I like the idea because it's saying, hey, this data is going to require so much energy, right? And the everyday people are not going to be able to we can't eat that. Right now, of course, we know Trump going to benefit off it, but that's survival infrastructure. This is no longer the software race. This is an emergency arms race. And this changes who wins. So while NVIDIA has the demand, the AI data centers are the energy monsters. Now, mind you, NVIDIA has AI data. Like one hyperscale AI campus can consume as much power as a small city. And notice we see companies like Amazon committing $12 billion to build some. We see Meta committing to building these things. Well, now it's saying, yo, y'all got to build them. That's cool, but y'all got to also fund what it takes to energize them. Now you got to multiply that time. Microsoft having one, Google having one, Amazon, Meta, Oracle, OpenAI, XAI. I don't think OpenAI can do it, but they're in the meeting as well, right? Because they're behind all of this. All AI is scaling simultaneously. And if AI demand continues, which we cannot deny that AI is the future, electricity demand explodes. And that's why I want to break down these 3 companies today, because we need to see what that looks like. And so the first company I want to talk about is Xcel Energy, right? Xcel Energy, right? So they regulated utility, heavy renewable portfolio, massive transmission network footprint, right? And so why do they benefit from this? Take a simple Xcel. Why they benefit is because they have grid expansion. They have AI campuses require transmission upgrades, utility approved upgrades. So that's capital spending. And they have rate-based growth, means utilities earn based on assets deployed. So more infrastructure means bigger rate base. Then they have renewable integration. So tech companies want clean energy commitments. Well, Xcel is already positioned in wind and solar build-out. So this isn't speculative upside. It's regulated expansion with earnings and visibility. The company is up about 13% year to date, 19% in 1 year. Remember this on-site power. So this will be heavy when it comes to somebody that's going to win in this game. Next on my list is none other than BE, Bloom Energy. This is a different type of animal. So BE, Bloom Energy, provides on-site power generation, fuel cell systems, and decentralized energy solutions. Well, why does that matter, Jack? Because that sounds like a bunch of mumbo jumbo to me. I'll tell you why. AI companies don't want grid bottlenecks. That doesn't work well for them. Now, they want control. They want to understand exactly what's going on, and they want to be able to control those things. Well, Bloom allows data centers to generate power on site, reduce relying on aging grid systems, scalable modular deployment. If an AI campus scales faster than infrastructure can support, that's not good news. So on-site generation becomes critical. And I'm going to say that again. On-site generation becomes critical. And that's BE's niche. So it's higher risk, higher upside, more sensitive to execution, but strategically aligned with the AI power shift. Now, what does all that mean? That just means BE comes in and allows them. They build it out on site. So it's not a power grid here. It's not a power grid over there. They have it on site and they can build it. And so BE becomes the beneficiary of that. And next on my list is NextEra Energy, ticker symbol NEE. Now, they're the largest renewable energy developer in the US. So why do they stand out? Now, they stand out because scale. No one builds wind and solar at NE's scale, right? Battery storage, AI data centers require, watch this, consistent load balancing, meaning they need battery storage. It's essential. And then capital deployment machine, right? So NEE has historically been one of the best capital allocators in utilities, 100%. So when power demand rises long term, NEE, NextEra Energy, has the balance sheet and footprint to capture it. This isn't just about some noise. It's supply meeting demand. Now, let's zoom out for a second, because on the flip side of that, you need somebody that can build it. And so for me, I didn't have this in the caption or nothing, but this is also what I like. This is where a company like Caterpillar comes in, because you're going to need somebody to do what? Do that digging. So those companies are going to need a company like Caterpillar to come in, right? And so now we're talking about a whole construction being built. We're not talking about just energy. We're talking about the people that's coming in to help the energy build. And that's why I like a company like Caterpillar that is the number one in the game for what? The heavy duty workload that's going to be needed and that's going to be necessary. So we're not just talking about the energy itself. We're talking about the people that's going to help them build it out. And so let's think about something. NVIDIA provides the AI demand. That's real. The Mag 7 median proves power demand is also real. So retail arguing about red candles misses the second layer of how we make money in this market. The mistake is thinking the only winners are just the chip designers. The shift is infrastructure and energy. This is the next level, right? So while we can take advantage of companies on this pullback, and I know we did, we took advantage of companies that's leaders, people like AMAT, people like TSM. In my trading community, we took advantage of this today because we love a great pullback buy. But the consequences of ignoring this is hurtful. You know why? You chase energy after it's already been repriced. This isn't about fear, family. No, it's not. This is about us taking advantage and being in position and letting it chop and letting the market go sideways, letting it do all of that. NVIDIA dropping after blowout earnings, man, that ain't weakness. That's noise. That's skiing you out of position. It's mechanics. It's what the market does when the market feel like doing what it do. The real signal is in the second headline. It's in the meeting that Trump is going to have with the big seven, the Mag 7. And so when trillion-dollar companies start securing their own electric supply, now we're talking about something completely different. They're telling you what the bottleneck is, but they're not telling you what the money is. But bottlenecks create profit pools for people that can see them. It's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper. I didn't want to keep you long. I just wanted to drop some game on you and let you know this is not the end of the world. This is a great time for us to position and make this money. I see y'all in the next one. Remember, you're watching the surface, Xcel, BENEE, and Caterpillar. That's the layer most people haven't priced in. Let's go. Salute.